This is a message to my daughter. She's currently 1. I don't know what tomorrow holds. It might be that by the time that you read this, I'm no longer around. In the event that such thing to happen, I think it would be great for me to have something that I left behind for you, that you can actually understand how I see things and see some of the things in the world. This is the second message in this video in this series, so I hope you enjoy them. And this one is about hardship and when the goals get rough, what you actually do. Recently, I was at a seminar for work, and one of the speakers there told a great story. He told the story of the frog, which I found fascinating, and I want to share with you. So the story goes as a man who had a few kids took the kids to a pet store and noticed a few tadpoles, and he thought it would be a great idea for him to see his kids, for the kids to see the tadpoles turn into a frog. So we get the tadpoles in the aquarium, goes home, put the tadpoles in the aquarium, and for weeks they observed them, waiting for them to turn into frogs. The tadpoles never turned into frogs, so the man went back to the pet store to curse them out, and he was so mad, and the owner of the pet store said, "Well, sir, did you ever put an obstacle inside the aquarium?" The man says, "No, I never did." He said, "Go back home and put an obstacle in the aquarium." Now the man goes back home, put an obstacle in the aquarium, and a few weeks later, the tadpole turned into a frog. The tadpole is the obstacle that helps them turn into a frog. As they go and start swimming towards the obstacle, the big rock that's inside the aquarium, they try to go over, and they cannot, so the tail beats on it. They go back to where they started from, they come over on the rock again. They try to go over, and the tails beat over it. They do this over and over and over and over again until slowly the legs start forming to get stronger to jump over. It's only in that obstacle, beating against that obstacle, those the legs start developing until one day the leg gets stronger, they get on the rock and they jump over to swim on the other side. And what's beautiful is this is just one part of the story. The other part of the story is this. Frogs are physiologically designed and not able to move backwards. They can only move forward. A frog cannot leap backward. They can only jump forward, which is very fascinating. 2 things. If you look at your life past, in the recent past, or the extended past, and maybe in the future, you would see that if you consider a life to be the aquarium, there's going to be many, many obstacles. And in this scenario, you would be the tadpole. So what you have to do is kind of beat against the obstacle over and over and over again, always persevering until you jump over, until your legs start growing stronger and stronger, and you get strong enough to jump over that one. Maybe some of the later obstacles will become easier. Maybe they won't. But the thing is, as your leg gets stronger and you become a frog, now your only responsibility is to move forward, no matter what, because you will be biologically and physiologically designed or not able to move backward. So you always have to look in front of you and keep going the direction that's in front of you and never waver. Another way to think of this is that people usually tell me how they've reached rock bottom, as in it's the end, there's nothing else they can do. When people tell me they reach rock bottom, I think that's the most beautiful thing that could happen to them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you've definitely reached rock bottom, there's no more way to go. You can no longer go down. So the only way you can go now is up. Right? So if you get to the point where you can no longer go down, now you owe it to yourself to start going up. If you want to bring that back into the frog analogy, then you just start leaping forward, or just start leaping up, because there's no more way, there's nothing else that can go wrong. Once a wise said, we are always one decision away from changing our life drastically, which is very true and very powerful, right? No matter what the decision is, may it be good, may it be bad, we can always change our life drastically. Um, and we can also decide, I don't know how things are gonna be on your time, around your time, but I can only assume that people are still chasing new devices like iPhones and Samsung, and new updates, new software, and things like that. Maybe there was AI. That makes things a little more interesting, right? One thing that people don't do is they never make a decision to chase those better version of themselves, those updated version of themselves. People also caught up in getting new devices or new everything, but I don't think they ever sit down and to update their own software, which is themselves, their personality. And just like they chase new devices, they should chase that better version of themselves, which could only be helpful, right? Assuming that that version is always better than we are currently is something that you really want to go for. And the decision to drastically change your life might just be the one to go after that better version. So to tie it all together, as a tadpole, you decide to jump over the obstacle that gets your legs to grow stronger. As your legs get stronger, now you can only move forward, and you've only decided to go even further and keep going forward. So when the going gets tough, I love to say that my mom told me this, but I don't really know where I got it from. In the end, she says, it's gonna be okay. If it's not okay, then it's just not the end yet. This is also very powerful. It tells you that no matter what, at some point things are gonna get better. So those are the things that you pair all together. Being a tadpole that jumps over an obstacle, that never wavers to get over, growing your legs stronger and stronger, to being able to leap forward and only leap forward, to knowing that, to making all the right decisions to change your better self in the future, and to know that in the end everything's gonna be okay. Those are the things that I hope that you can keep in mind, but more importantly, I hope that you almost never have to use.